Hey folks, it's Kat.Beanie and welcome back to episode 11 of the Divergence SMP. You should see like and subscribe rainbow coming across your screen right about now. And let's get into it, shall we? So, today I decided to try and redo my villagers. So, as you can see, this is, I'm recording this bit afterwards and it was a bit stressful, so bear with me. I was just restocking the shop, thought this would be a good bit to clip for an intro. I filled it with glass, nether wart, and some other stuff. But anyway, let's get into it. So, here we go. Right, started off with, because I did lose all my gear and 3 shulker boxes in the nether trying to sort out a small issue with the fortress, which was very stressful. We won't go into any names because deep breaths and smell like mean it, you know. So I lost all my nether gear, I lost 3 shulker boxes, I lost everything, so I had to remake everything. And unbeknownst to me, another Divergent pack was actually in the process of making me some backup armour, which I think they are kindly going to give to another Divergent, because obviously I was already in the process of redoing mine, and by the time that they had finished, I'd already sorted myself out. So anyway, Buster kindly installed this handy little fish farm thing in his XP farm, and it's absolutely awesome. And we are allowed to keep any of the drops. There, as you can see, there is a little thingy there to like pick up the drops that don't automatically come out. But if you know what ones are yours, and as you can see, some people have already filled up bits of stuff, but you are allowed to keep any of the drops. I did check with Buster because I was there when I think he first put it in. So I thought, great, that's like a handy little thing to like keep occupied while you're using the XP farm. I say XP farm, but Buster keeps all the drops from the XP farm, so obviously that's essentially his payment for people using it. He gets to keep all the stuff that mobs killed, and we get the XP. It's a win-win situation, you know. You can't complain with that. We're getting free XP. I wouldn't know how to build this thing by myself. Like, I can't even build a sugarcane farm off the bat. So something like this, something this complicated, I think like Buster and Amanchu seem to be like the go-to redstoners so far on the server, and it's amazing to see the diversity and everything come out of that, and how other people benefit from having that sort of shared experience on server. But I needed all the XP because, as I said, I was using very questionable armor. At this point, I can't even remember if the diamond armor that I had on, or even if I made it, was enchanted or not. So there's that. So any help I could get to replace my stuff, and because I have obviously lost all that stuff, and I still need to go and fix the thing in the nether, which still remains unfixed, so I'm potentially going to have to go back into a hazard situation, and it was just like a culmination of chaos, is how I can describe it. I think the first time I got off by, if you want to see it, it's clipped into a short. I died like 5 times before I sort of rage quit. I was like, right, no, just gonna leave it. Ended up leaving like a baby piglet wearing all my gear. Not all my gear, whatever gears I find. It was like a netherite chest plate and a sword and stuff like that. I just like, nope, I can't be dealing with this anymore. So I just like left them there, left the nether, left the game, and just like, no, I need a break because I am gonna lose my lumps if I continue. So, if you're ever in that position where a game is frustrating you, and obviously it happens to us all, things don't always go to plan. So just, take yourself out of that situation, calm your ass down. It is only a game. Someone did suggest rolling back the server, but other Divergents were recording, some Divergents were AFKing, and I have never rolled back a server or a game for me, like completely effing up or having, an accidental brain fart, or, from doing something monumentally stupid. I've never done it. It's not me. It's not something that I'm gonna do personally for myself. Other people do it. That's fine. You play the game your way. I'll do it my way. It is what it is. I have had to roll back the server once for another member, but that was a whole thing. That was a whole thing. But yeah, we won't go into this. So in my mind, I had envisioned, as you can see, all my villagers are currently squashed together in a culmination of villager chaoticness. So I had planned, right, I want to do one of those cool, fancy villager trading halls, where all the villagers are separated into their own separate bit, and then I'll like have a little bit where like villagers can breed more villagers if I need them, and it's gonna be awesome, and it's gonna be great, and it's gonna be amazing. And me, clearly having never made one a proper villager trading hall before, thought, oh, this is gonna be epic, and yeah, I can do this. Like I've worked out how to move villagers on rails with like, redstone rails and stuff. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It is not fine. It is not fine. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It was not fine. This thing took me like 3 days, and it is not how I envisioned it at all. But you'll see when you get there. So I did a little trading with the villagers that I had there. As you can see, I need to re-netherite the questionable gear I have at the minute. I really want to get new boots now because these ones obviously have Frostwalker on them, and Frostwalker drives me nuts. I mean, they'll do for now. They'll do. But in hindsight, and I don't have any more netherite left because I've used it all. In hindsight, I really should not have netherited those boots and should have just made a new pair of boots with like depth strider and everything else, and some really awesome, cool boots that don't have Frostwalker, because Frostwalker does my head in. It just drives me nuts. I know people that like brag about Frostwalker, absolutely love it, think it's the best thing in the world. That's great. That's fine. That's shiny. You do you, man. But I hate it. I can't stand it. It does my nutting. And obviously, I was kind of scared because, I can't always remember how things work in their entirety. Thanks, brain. But I was kind of scared, like going to the XP farm with like Frostwalker on. It's like, am I going to screw up like Buster's XP farm, or what's the gist here? How does this work? But anyway, I digress. So as you can see, I've took all the beds. No, that's not all of them, but I've took a lot of beds out from the villager trading hall, as we show. Well, that wasn't the villager hall, the villager house, whatever you want to call it, the villager bit. I've took the beds out, and I'm sort of trying to think to myself here, like, how do I want to do this? How do I want to go about this? I want all the important villagers separated into their little bits. What this does not show you is, later on, I murder most of the villagers because I'm like, right, I don't take out any of the important ones. I keep my looting guy, I keep my mending guy. I think I keep another couple of guys. I do lose my Fortune 3 villager, which was a little bit hard hitting. And you can see why later on. But as you can see, like, I've set up this contraption. That's my Fortune 3 guy in there with one of my clerics. And they're making babies because, I took all the villagers away. So the idea was make the babies, put the babies in the holes. As they grow up, obviously, link them to the station. And then make a bit round the back so that zombies could access them, but they couldn't escape, so that I could, turn them into zombies and then cure them with very limited amount of hassle. However, again, that is not the way this goes down, unfortunately, because what I think I can manage in my head and what I can actually manage in, life, the universe, and everything else, are two entirely different things. So it does not go well. A lot of the times, zombies got in and started causing hassle. Babies escaped everywhere. I had babies running all over the place. This bit was new. I had to, as you can see, I've got a couple of shulker boxes there. It's silly up the road building a shop. I had to nip over to a Manchu store, a Manchu and Married in Minecraft helped do a shulker farm in the end. So they sell shulker boxes, and because I lost 3 shulker boxes in the nether, um, I went back and I think I bought like 8 shulker boxes or something. No, it was more than that. Was it more than that? I don't know. Anyway, I bought a ton of shulker boxes. And they're very cheap. It's like 2 shulker boxes per diamond. I'm like, damn, that's cheap. But I suppose if you're getting lots and lots and lots of shulker boxes, it's not really a rare resource anymore. So I suppose you can sell them for cheap if you're getting them in bulk, which is handy. So I did need to go down to the end spawn point, just grab a few things, because I knew I had the Frostwalker, man. I knew I had some Ender pearls in there, and I think an Eye of Ender, because I wanted to make another Ender chest, because my spare Ender chest I had is currently sat on the end portal bit, so that people could, grab their stuff before you go. And obviously you can see in chat, me and Major were talking about how his live stream went that day, which you can see on his channel, link in the description, etc. So as you can see, I have all the shulker boxes, got the Eye of Ender, and can just lob all this stuff in here. Although I have dyed all my shulker boxes pink, so if you see a pink shulker box on the server, most likely it'll probably be mine. If not, then I know Buster was like color coding his shulker boxes for specific items, which would probably be the smart thing to do. But I think I'm gonna have I think I'm just gonna name them instead. Have all of them pink, because I like pink. Pink's cute. I like it. And then just name them for specific things, cats, tools, cats, cobblestone, cats, crap that she mines with. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. That's if I even remember to name them. And God knows, there might still be some of my stuff in the nether hanging about on trees where I died. As I said, if you want to see the video with the death count, the short and the video with the death count, they're both exactly the same, except the one with the death count is just obviously the wider view where you can see the death count in the corner. And it is what it is, but it was not a good times in the nether. It was, no, I could not do it. And I didn't even want to make a full video out of that. That's why it's taken so long to get this video out, because I've been dealing with the villagers. I did not want to revisit any of that stuff that happened in the nether, because it just made me so angry. As I say, I misplaced my elytra. I did misplace my elytra. In typical me fashion, I put it down somewhere and forgot where I put it. And I'm currently trying to get this zombie into the villager area, and all the other mobs are on me, and it's just not cooperating, and all the creepers are trying to attack me. And the other thing I don't like about knockback is that I've got to keep going forward to get at the creepers again. So as you can see, I've set up a series of gates. Well, I'd say a series. Is 2 a series of gates? Really? And I need to try and break that one so I can close that gate, lock this guy in, get him turned. As you can see, there is another big hole in the floor where my villagers are, and that's not what I wanted to happen. Some of them, as you can see, are sequestered into their little areas. But this is not the way I wanted this to go down. It's not practical, it's not handy, and it's entirely just like at this point I feel like I have just got rid of a whole bunch of villagers to make a thing that doesn't work and is essentially the same as I had before but in a different location. And it's not great. I do not enjoy it. I'm just feeling really like defeated at this point, thinking this is what I had in my head, this is what I wanted to do, why can't I manage to do this? And then like I need to keep reminding myself like there's a lot of things that other YouTubers and other Minecrafters have done, or even just other players have done, that I have never attempted to do, that I have never tried to do. Like in my long-term world, as you can see, the majority of my villagers are just like hanging out in a big space. But I wanted everything clearly labelled this time because, as I said at the start of this SMP, I wanted to try and do things that were out of my comfort zone. And this is definitely one of them. Like, I have never made like what some people would consider a proper villager trading hall before, where all the little guys, oh, he's turned into a people, right, are, into their own bit and have their own workstation and they're all linked out and everything's right and shiny with the world. I've just usually just shoved them all in a big hole and hoped for the best, which doesn't help because in the long-term world, none of the villagers are zombified. Well, none of the villagers have been cured, so they've all got really high trades, and also, as I said, they're all just running around doing their own thing. So obviously, having done this, I now feel like doing this SMP and putting myself out there and trying new things, I realise the amount of work that I also need to put into my own personal survival world, to get that to be more efficient, which is, it's a learning process and we're getting there. So I'm just going to feed these guys all the bread. I don't think this guy's taking any bread because he's not linked to anything. I mean, they do start having babies, but he's not, he's not linked to a workstation yet. So I do that later on. He does I think he becomes a cartographer. I can't really remember. But anyway, we're about to do some librarian re-rolling, so hang in there for the time lapse for this. So as you can see, get this guy in his wee hole, and this is 500 times the speed because this took forever. And I already had my looting guy, I already had my mending guy, I've already got efficiency. I've got efficiency 4, not 5, and I do actually re-roll efficiency 5 at one point, because all I wanted was fortune 3 and unbreaking. That's the only two trades that I specifically wanted was fortune 3 and unbreaking. And I'll get more trades later on. I'll get more librarians later on at a later date. But for now, specifically, that's what I was working towards. And this is technically the second librarian I tried, because that guy that I said turned into a cartographer, yeah, he was originally a librarian, and I tried re-rolling him over and over and over and over again, and he just wasn't working out. It's like, right, try someone else. Not that that makes a difference, but, why not? Give it a bash, give it a try. So kept going. And I can't even remember if this is the Fortune 3 guy or the Unbreaking guy, but he's one of those two, because his ass was staying in there. Whatever happened, he's stuck in his little hole. That's him. He ain't leaving. He's gonna do what I intend him to do. And if he does not, or if he displeases me, I'll just do a sugar and name him something outlandish. Poor dickward. Anyway, but yes, so as it says, this is like 500 times the speed. There's little baby zombie hanging out there, and my plan was to get all those little guys in the little cubby bit at the side, turn them all into zombies, and turn them back again. So obviously, when I actually set their trades, they'll have lower trades already. So just basically mass turn them into zombies, drip them out one by one, turn them back again, feed them back into the main area, stick them in a wee hole, and you know, you know me. I'm not really a fan of the small holes. I like my holes big and vast and wide. But for the purposes of this exercise, I needed the little holes. They need to be stuck in there, and you will stay in there. He was getting a telling off. Can be stuck in there until they do what I want. And as you see, it just keeps going over and over and over and over again. I do have one villager that sells me bookshelves for 1 emerald and then buys books for 1 emerald. So I essentially have unlimited emeralds because obviously I buy the bookshelf, which has got 3 books in it, for 1 emerald, and then I sell the books. So I make 2 emeralds profit on that right away, and just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. He resets daily. Just keep doing that, and unlimited supply of emeralds. So even if I do have some villagers of slightly higher trades that I've not managed to get zombified, although I think everyone in this area has been zombified at one point or another, apart from maybe the guys in the sort of breeding room. Let's be nice and call it their bedroom. So apart from the little guys in the bedroom that make the babies, I think everyone else has been zombified at some point. So we'll just stick this guy in the wee hole. I can't remember if this is an Unbreaking guy or the Depth Strider guy, but anyway, I managed to get Fortune 3, I managed to get Unbreaking 3, and I managed to get Depth Strider 2? I want to say 2. 2 or 3. So that's it. So the plan is to make new boots because I still currently have on the Frostwalker boots, which I hate. If I forget to make new boots, please someone in the comments, like if another video comes out and I'm still wearing the same old boots, please someone let me know in the comments because I will forget. You know what I'm like. It's gonna happen. It's bound to happen. The brain does not compute, and especially on days when I have had limited amounts of coffee or sleep, it's not great. It's not a good experience. I don't think the baby zombie actually worked out. I think I had to get big zombies in to sort of finish those guys off. And well, I mean, it's on hardcore modes. They all turned into zombies anyway. But yeah, as I said, breaking more books, getting more trades. Most of the librarians here will also buy books. As you can see, this guy's been turned, and there's still more zombie villagers in their wee hole. So we just need to push this guy out and turn the other ones back. Come on, buddy, keep going. We've got plans for you. But you're gonna have to do a job. You can't just sit there and do nothing. I think he's another one of the cartographers because I ended up accidentally killing one of my good cartographers in the other villager room, and he bought glass panes for 1 emerald. So obviously I could buy glass from one of the librarians, turn it into glass panes, sell it to the cartographer, and that way making more emeralds. And this is one of the reasons why we don't use emeralds as currency on the SMP or on lots of other SMPs, is because emeralds are just so easy to come by. I mean, if you look at the Extreme Hills after the 1.19 update, or the Caves and Cliffs update, obviously you can find lots of emeralds now on Extreme Hills, as well as coal and iron. Hey, buddy. Well, they're all coming out today, apparently. So if it's a resource that you can get a lot of, there is not a point in using it as currency. So that is why we use diamonds. Although, obviously, if you do a lot of mining, like I do, then you'll also have a sort of unlimited supply of diamonds. And although I was thinking in my head, should we make currency ancient debris? But ancient debris is so hard to come by, whereas diamonds are not hard to come by, but obviously there is labor there. You can't just buy diamonds off someone. I mean, you can find them in chests and stuff. And if you're in a stronghold chest, might have diamonds. A sunken ship chest might have diamonds. Ocean onions? I don't think they've got gold and sponges. But anyway, you get my point. You can find them in some chests, but you're going to have to go work and find those chests, get them, or you can just do the grind and mine them up, which is the way. Although, I do miss pre-1.19 generation because mining cobblestone was so much easier than mining deep slate. And while I have come to appreciate the better aspects of deep slate to stone in the game, obviously with stone, you mine stone. If you don't have silk touch on, it becomes cobblestone. Then if you want to turn it back into stone, you have to cook it in a furnace. You can't use a blast furnace. Like Mojang, if you're watching this, you're probably not, definitely not. But anyway, if you're watching this, please make a special furnace that cooks stone fast, right? And glass. One that cooks stone and glass very, very fast. Because we've got the smoker for food. Cooks it sharp like that. Like you're on it. I'm just covering up this little bit so no one knows where my villagers are. Although if you're a reasonable hearing person, you'll be able to hear them under the ground going, "Hur, hur, hur." And obviously there is a bunch of cats all over the place kind of giving away the shindig. I do need to actually tame a few cats and spot them around the place just to keep the creepers at bay. But yeah, Mojang. We got the smoker for the food. We got the blast furnace for the ores. We need something for glass and stone. We need something fast for glass and stone and all the other bits that won't cook in a blast furnace or a smoker. Okay? Please, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just pitching the idea. If anybody wants to roll with it, that's on you. You have full credit. Take the idea, go with it. Just please make it happen. Just make it happen. Because I could make more automatic, obviously, furnaces for all the glass and stuff. I am selling glass in my shop. I am selling nether wart and books and also potions because it's called a brewing stand. It'd be a bit weird if I wasn't selling potions, but I do need to make more fire resistance. I have kept some for personal use. I think I've got 4 left, and I do need to go back to the nether and deal with that whole situation, which I will record this time. Hopefully it goes smoothly, and I'll be hopefully be making a video out of that. If it doesn't go smoothly, you might see me on the news having lost my mind and having done something extreme because I'm going crazy and it's not working and I don't like it. But anyway, if anybody wants to come and deal with the situation for me, well, you really can't because it's an SMP. But anyway, we are allowed guests on the SMP, but they are reserved for, people we know personally. But anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. And remember, please check out all the other creators, links in the description, and go give them some love. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.